When we visit the jinja, we put osaisen into saisen bako. Please keep this custom when you participate in our ceremony, whether remotely or in person. Your support allows us to continue holding ceremonies and other events. The QR code shown here is for our PayPal giving fund, so there are no PayPal fees when donated this way. Thank you for your support. It's important to pass along eco-conscious tradition to the next generation. Our video ceremonies are one way to learn about how to pay our respects and create a feeling of appreciation of nature. But these are not activities to be watched and then forgotten. Appreciating nature should be a part of our everyday lives. Joining our ceremonies helps create a feeling of gratitude to nature and reset us back to the original pure state by removing the kegare, the impurities that occur from living. This is a spiritual equivalent of cleaning and dusting your home. Your donations allow us to continue holding ceremonies and other events. Please subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. There are extra videos available for Shinto Inari-kai members, such as the archive of each ceremony and closing talk. If you wish to become a member, please visit our website shintoinari.org/membership. ありがとうございます for your support. We are raising funds to open a permanent Shinto shrine, which will also function as a community center. Please get involved in our shrine building project. Without your support, we won't be able to have a physical location. Even just a rental space would be great. With a shrine building, we can hold various events, both Shinto and community related, and you will be able to see the ceremony rather than just the slides. The mobile Shinto shrine will allow us to visit your town to hold ceremonies and various events. Thank you for your support. Do you know what a gokito is? Gokito is a private ceremony. We ask Kami-sama for our wishes to be blessed, such as a successful career, driving safety, safe child delivery, passing exams, blessings during the ages of misfortune, yakudoshi, finding a partner, recovery from illness, etc. These ceremonies are all gokito. In addition, expressing thanks to Kami-sama is also gokito. Like life milestones such as Shichigo-san, healthy children, Hatsumiya Mairi, safe birth, Toshi-iwai, age celebration, as well as after the gokito you ask Kami-sama for your wishes to be blessed and whether the wish come true or having still challenging. We also hold gokito for showing respect and gratitude. Many people forget to express gratitude to Kami-sama after they ask something. But when you ask someone to do you a favor, you say thank you, and sometimes you present a gift to them. This is the same. Please follow the common tradition to Kami-sama. The traditional way is to have a gokito private ceremony at a shrine or on site. However, it's often not possible to do this. So we are able to perform gokito over Zoom. To request a gokito, please use the QR code or visit our website to choose and request. Let me introduce the etiquette for participating in the ceremony. Be sure to change into good clothes and tidy yourself. Perform temizu before we enter the ceremony site or approach Kami-sama. Remove your hats, caps, sunglasses. As in a movie theater, silence or turn off cell phones. Refrain from talking, eating, or drinking during the ceremony. Please comport yourself as if you are meeting someone very important in a formal situation and you are standing on stage where everyone is looking at you. Because you are meeting Kami-sama, the nature spirits. Now I will demonstrate how to perform temizu. Temizu is a kind of purification for your body and spirit. It is an important way to show respect to Kami-sama. At a shrine or event location, we have a temizu-ya, which has a base of water, dipper, and drain area or bucket. At home, just use running tap water. Rinse your left hand, then rinse your right hand without touching anything. Cup your left hand and pour some water into it. Then cup the water into your mouth from your hand. Let the water run out of your mouth into the sink. Then rinse your left hand and close the faucet. Then wipe your hands with a clean towel. Take a moment to clear your mind and level your spirit. Please support us by donating osaisen. The ceremony will begin shortly. Thank you for your patience. When we visit the jinja, we put osaisen into saisen bako. Please keep this custom when you participate in our ceremony, whether remotely or in person. Your support allows us to continue holding ceremonies and other events. The QR code shown here is for our PayPal giving fund, so there are no PayPal fees when donated this way. Thank you for your support. It's important to pass along eco-conscious tradition to the next generation. Our video ceremonies are one way to learn about how to pay our respects and create a feeling of appreciation of nature. But these are not activities to be watched and then forgotten. Appreciating nature should be a part of our everyday lives. Joining our ceremonies helps create a feeling of gratitude to nature and reset us back to the original pure state by removing the kegare, the impurities that occur from living. This is a spiritual equivalent of cleaning and dusting your home. Your donations allow us to continue holding ceremonies and other events. Please subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. There are extra videos available for Shinto Inari-kai members, such as the archive of each ceremony and closing talk. If you wish to become a member, please visit our website shintoinari.org/membership. ありがとうございます for your support. We are raising funds to open a permanent Shinto shrine, which will also function as a community center. Please get involved in our shrine building project. Without your support, we won't be able to have a physical location. Even just a rental space would be great. With a shrine building, we can hold various events, both Shinto and community related, and you will be able to see the ceremony rather than just the slides. The mobile Shinto shrine will allow us to visit your town to hold ceremonies and various events. Thank you for your support. Do you know what a gokito is? Gokito is a private ceremony. We ask Kami-sama for our wishes to be blessed, such as a successful career, driving safety, safe child delivery, passing exams, blessings during the ages of misfortune, yakudoshi, finding a partner, recovery from illness, etc. These ceremonies are all gokito. In addition, expressing thanks to Kami-sama is also gokito. Like life milestone such as Shichigo-san, healthy children, Hatsumiya Mairi, safe birth, Toshi-iwai, age celebration, as well as After the gokito, you ask Kami-sama for your wishes to be blessed and whether the wish come true or having still challenging. We also hold gokito for showing respect and gratitude. Many people forget to express gratitude to Kami-sama after they ask something. But when you ask someone to do you a favor, you say thank you, and sometimes you present a gift to them. This is the same. Please follow the common tradition to Kami-sama.
こんにちは。Hello, I'm Izumi Hasegawa, the head priest of the Shinto Shrine of Shusse Inari in America. This evening, we will hold 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭, the memorial ceremony and 平和祈願祭, peace prayer for the spirits of those who lost their lives 80 years ago when the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. During this ceremony, we pray for the mitama of those who lost their lives in the bombing, and we also renew our commitment to world peace. 80 years ago, the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, along with their inhabitants, were destroyed by the atomic bomb. It was the first time, and hopefully the last time, humankind used atomic bomb. The people who lost their lives were mainly civilians. This included many children. They suffered with very bad burns and much pain. Those who survived deal with a life of pain and the health issues caused by radiation. They pass on genetic damage to the next generations, making survivor families the target of discrimination. The suffering still continues today. This evening's closing talk is open to the public. We have a guest speaker, Howard Kakita-san, the director of the American Society of Hiroshima Nagasaki A-bomb Survivors, ASA. He was born in US, but he was in Hiroshima at that time. He was just 7 years old to experience the horror. He talks about his own experience and reality of the nuclear weapon. Please stay to the end of the ceremony and his presentation. An atomic bomb was dropped on the city of Hiroshima on August 6, 8:15 a.m., and on the city of Nagasaki on August 9, 11:02 a.m. Japan is 16 hours ahead of Los Angeles. Right now, it is August 6 in Japan. We are now approaching 4:15 p.m., which is 8:15 a.m. in Japan. On August 6, 1945 at 8:15 a.m., an atomic bomb was dropped over the city of Hiroshima, and 80,000 people died almost instantly, including babies, children, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, husbands, wives, best friends, and pets, animals, plants. It is very sad to see the reality that there are still wars on this planet. It is already 21st century. Why people won't learn from the past? I thought humans were intelligent creatures who seek harmony and ways peacefully to understand each other. We participate in the Bells for Peace project, which is worldwide. Anyone may ring the bells at the time the bomb fell in the city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki to let people remember the history and pray for peace. So we combine our 1-minute silent prayer with Bells for Peace. Bells for Peace project is the legacy of our super volunteer, the late Richard Fukuhara, who was passionate about peace activities because he was moved by the stories from Hiroshima and Nagasaki survivors. Now let's bow our heads in silent prayer. 黙祷。ありがとうございました。Thank you. We will hold 1 minute of silent prayer 黙祷 for Nagasaki on August 8th, 7:02 p.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time. Please join us in prayer wherever you are. We will now start 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭 and 平和祈願祭 Irei-sai for the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombs and peace prayer.
Before we start, I would like to explain some basic Shinto shrine and ceremony etiquette. Please rinse your hands and mouth with water before the ceremony. This is called temizu. Please do not wear hats, caps, or sunglasses. Please refrain from talking, texting, drinking, or eating during the ceremony. Please silence or turn off your cell phone. When you are participating in a Shinto ceremony, you should conduct yourself as if you were meeting someone very important in a formal situation where you are on stage and everyone is looking at you. If you asked someone you really respect for a favor, you would be very polite and on your best behavior. Behaving in this way is paying respect to Kami-sama. If you were participating in the ceremony in person, you would face the altar during the ceremony. Since we are not all together, we ask that you face in the direction of Los Angeles, California for the ceremony. During the ceremony, we ask to follow the traditions, such as standing up and/or performing and holding bows. But if health issues prevent you from doing this, it is okay to remain seated. If possible, please perform the actions, such as bows, as if you were standing. Please follow the tradition of making osaisen donations. Your contributions make the other ceremonies possible.
We want to thank our volunteers to help to run our global shrine. We had 4 wonderful members step up recently, and we want to give special thanks to them. Mark and Kat K help with shrine office work. As you notice, Kat K-san is here this evening and help voice over and being your representative for Tamagushi offering. Mark helped editing video of later this stream and August 8th one. Zoe has been helping with MailChimp and Tsukinami-sai work. And lastly, Kat J-san for stepping up to take over eBay and eventually over fundraising task. The names listed on the slide are the volunteers that help us from around the world. ありがとうございます for their contribution. Please give them a 拍手 applause. Running a global shrine is not easy. It may look like there are a lot of names on the screen, but each person has a limited amount of time. We need more dedicated volunteers to help. Please expect to help 6 to 12 months after training. If you think you are not stable or can commit, please consider other ways to support us. Volunteering will increase your knowledge of Shinto and contribute to a stronger bond with Kami-sama. All volunteers say they learn things about Shinto through their volunteer work, which they can't learn in other ways. I hope you will join us. Thanks to your generous donations, we have reached our $7,000 milestone. We can now make the down payment for a vehicle that will make the perfect mobile Shinto shrine. While we have reached this milestone, our work is not done. We need to raise $1,000 per month to maintain the mobile Shinto shrine. Please visit our website Support Us page for more details. With our mobile Shinto shrine, we will be able to hold monthly and seasonal ceremonies, personal and business blessing at a location near you. And also this kind of ceremony we can hold on location, then we can make the origami crane, 1,000 origami crane to send to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So I hope we're gonna have that kind of event with mobile shrine in near future, next year. So with the mobile Shinto shrine, we will also be able to bring classes related to Japanese culture and eco-conscious life and much more. This is a one-of-a-kind experience. Please help us bring all these amazing events to your city by donating to our campaign. We are 501c3, so your donations are tax deductible. Help change the world by making Shinto traditions and ceremonies more accessible. Before the ceremony starts, I would like to share the story of my great-great-uncle. He was Guji of Shirakata Tenmangu in Matsue. You can see the picture on the screen.
his Shinto shrine. But he was in Hiroshima at the time when the bomb was dropped. He was pushed to the ground by the person behind him, and because he was on the ground, he could see the air raid shelter ahead. He rushed to get inside the shelter before the black rain fell, and he avoided being soaked by the poisonous water. Because he was Kannushi, a Shinto priest, he was asked to hold the funeral services for the people who died from the bomb. Every day, hundreds of bodies were brought to his location. Every day, he held funeral ceremonies for hundreds of bodies. In Shinto, a funeral consists of a series of funeral ceremonies with many programs, as I talked about in a previous closing talk. I'm sure due to many things being burned out and damaged by the bomb, he had to omit many programs and ceremonies that are normally held during funerals. He must have felt sorry and disrespectful that he could not perform the funerals completely. I'm sure he held ceremonies many times in a day because so many people died. After most of the other people returned to their hometown, he stayed in Hiroshima for a year to continue holding funeral ceremonies before he could return to his hometown in Matsue. After he came back home for the rest of his life, whenever he drank sake, the white hand marks showed up on his back. He said, "I could not thank the owner of the hands enough. I am alive because he pushed me. この人のおかげで私は生きている." Today, we hold this memorial ceremony with all the ceremonial parts. Please remember, many people did not receive the complete funeral services. They should have due to the war. Please pray for their mitama, spirits, peace with sincerity. Now we will begin 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭、平和祈願祭、Peace Prayer, the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombs. Shubatsu, Purification. お供え物と参列者の汚れを払うために、お祓いの神様に汚れを払う祈願の歌を読み、大草を振って汚れを払います。読んでいる間および払われている間は、起立して頭を下げください。
To purify the offerings and participants, the priest recites a prayer and waves a purification wand. While the priest is reciting the prayer to the spirits of purification, Kami-sama, please stand up, perform a medium bow, and hold the bow. The priest will wave the purification wand over the participants 4 times, once for each of the cardinal directions. When your turn comes, please stand up, perform a shallow bow, and hold the bow. Your turn depends on your direction from the shrine, which is located in Los Angeles. For example, if you are located north of Los Angeles, then you will stand up and bow in the direction of Los Angeles while the priest waves the purification wand facing north.
Please stand up and perform a medium bow and a quarter bow until the priest asks you to be seated. 明けまくもかしごきいざなぎの狼つくしのひむかの立花のおどのあはぎはらに急ぎ払えたまいしときになりませる払えどの狼たちもろもろのまがごと積みけがれあらんおば払えたまい清めたまえと申すことを聞こしもかしこみかしこみも申す。Please raise your head and please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand for on-site participants. Please stand up and perform a shallow bow and a Hoda bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to nose for YouTube participants. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and a Hoda bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to east for YouTube participants. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and a Hoda bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to south for YouTube participants. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and a Hoda bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to west for YouTube participants. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and a Hoda bow. Please be seated.いっぱい、a single bow。開始の挨拶のいっぱいを神様に向かってします。神主に合わせて参列者も起立していっぱいします。
A bow to pay our respects to Kami-sama, nature spirits, and to inform them the ceremony is beginning. Stand up and perform a deep bow along with the priest.
Please stand up. I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Please be seated. Gensen, presentation of the offerings. 神様にお供え物を捧げます。
Presentation of the offerings to Kami-sama, nature spirits.
祭祀奏上、プレイヤー。原爆の惨状を伝え、犠牲になった方々の御霊が安らかなることを願い、世界平和を決意する祭祀を読みます。読んでいる間は起立して頭をお下げください。
This prayer conveys our wishes to Kami-sama, nature spirits, for bringing peace to their spirits, mitama, of the people who lost their lives to the atomic bombs, and describes how brutal the reality was, as well as our determination for world peace. Stand up, perform a medium bow, and hold the bow while the priest is reading the prayers.
Please stand up, perform a medium bow and hold a bow. あけまくも賢きアメリカ出世稲荷神社のお前に賢みももさく。お神をち方よりおろがみ祭るもろ人らは、広島長崎にありて原爆の犠牲となりし人々の御霊和みと、平和祈願の御祭りを使え祭らんとする友柄なり。今し世にありてもいさかい絶えざるは痛ましきこと。昭和旗とせはずきむゆかの広島。同じく9日の長崎は原子爆弾に襲われぬ。ありしとしあるもののすべてを焼き尽くされ、人々は生ける屍となり果てぬる。かしこみも申す。 raise your hand and please be seated. Tamagushi Haire Ritual Branch Offering 神様への感謝の気持ち、決意、祈願を込めた玉串を捧げ、拝礼します。参列者は代表者に合わせて自席にて起立して拝礼します。
We solemnly offer the tamagushi with our gratitude, wishes, and determination to Kami-sama, nature spirits. While your representative is offering the tamagushi, please stand up and imagine in your mind that you are holding, rotating, and placing the tamagushi, and in your heart give a message of gratitude and your wishes and determination to Kami-sama, the nature spirits. Then perform 2 deep bows, 2 claps, and a final deep bow synchronized with your representative. As our on-site volunteer, I will be your representative this evening after the priest. The priest will guide you through each step of this ritual. During the ritual, imagine you are offering the tamagushi in person. The priest will pray first.
Please stand up. Pick up tamagushi and hand the tamagushi to Katsu-san. And Katsu-san walking approach to altar. Rotate tamagushi and holding tamagushi both hands. Please say message to Kami-sama in your heart. And rotate tamagushi clockwise and placing tamagushi on altar. Please synchronize with Katsu-san. So first deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Second deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. First clap, 3, 2, 1. Second clap, 3, 2, 1. One last time, deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Please be seated. Sessem. Removal of the offerings. 神様へのお供え物を下げます。
Removal of the offerings to Kami-sama, nature spirits.
いっぱい、a single bow。終了の挨拶のいっぱいを神様に向かってします。神主に合わせて参列者も起立していっぱいします。
A bow to pay our respects to Kami-sama, nature spirits, and to inform them the ceremony is finished. Stand up and perform a deep bow along with the priest.
Please stand up. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, big bow. Please be seated. 形式 Closing the ceremony 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭平和祈願祭にご参列いただきありがとうございました。神主がご挨拶をします。
Thank you for your participation in the memorial ceremony and peace prayer. The priest will now address the participants.
This evening, we invite an honorary guest speaker, Howard Kakita-san, a survivor of the Hiroshima bombing when he was only 7 years old. Howard-san has become a powerful voice for nuclear disarmament and peace as a member of American Society of Hiroshima Nagasaki A-bomb survivors, ASA. His testimony offers a deeply personal perspective on the human cost of war and the lasting effects of the atomic bombs. I'm very impressed that I found he edited his presentation video by himself. I can do video editing, but 87 years old Kakita-san did it. I'm so impressed. So he is 87 years old, atomic bomb survivor, still genki. But he mentioned this will be his last presentation due to the age and health condition. You are lucky to hear his talk before he is no longer available. This year is 80 years from the World War II ended. At the next milestone, I don't think we will have many people left who can share their first-hand experiences. Again, this is likely one of our last chance. ハワードさん、こんにちは。
こんにちは。
Thank you for taking your time for sharing your experience with our community. And then you were born in Los Angeles, but went to Japan about, I think, what age you went to Japan?
Well, I was only 2 when we went to Japan, and that would be I guess it'll be 1940.
Then you,
And then returned to the United States in 1948. So I was there for 8 years during the war years and then some.
I see. So yeah, war happened. You couldn't go back to your mother country, United States. So then you stay
Right.
there, 2 years old to 10 years old. Then so then you came back to US and you study really hard. Then you went to
Well, it was a problem, with the English language because we had no knowledge when we returned to the United States since we left U.S. when I was 2.
mm,
So language was a problem, but we persevered and got through school anyway.
you really study and work hard and you went to UCLA or
Yes, I got both my bachelor's and master's degree at UCLA. And for master's degree, I specialized in computer architecture. And in the early 1990s, I'm sorry, it's the early 1960s. I started in 1961, actually. I was involved in design of early computers.
Yeah, it's really airy, like more like a computer is really huge, taking the whole room.
Well, as a matter of fact, the first computer I worked on was about the size of a room with a huge air conditioning system to keep it cool.
Yeah.
But through the years, with the onset of integrated circuits, the computer got smaller and smaller to what we see now with the iPhone, which is probably a lot more powerful than the big, huge computer that we used to design that occupy the whole room.
Yeah. So you are the witness of the computer history as well, but also you are witness of the war and atomic bomb. So so I am so looking forward to your presentation to show that are global because we need to learn history and we need to know what's happened to prevent another war, another tragedy. So let me hand microphone to you and here is Howard-san's presentation.
80 years ago, the world changed forever when August 6, 1945, the first atomic bomb was dropped in the city of Hiroshima. Then a second one, only 3 days later, was dropped in the city of Nagasaki, altogether taking the lives of over 250,000 people and inflicting both mental and physical injuries to many more. These survivors have carried their scars and mental turmoil throughout their lives. Today, we gather to honor the lives lost and pay homage to the aging survivors. How did a 7.5-year-old boy and his older brother Kenny, born in East Los Angeles, find himself in Hiroshima less than a mile from the epicenter? Our journey to Hiroshima starts when we got words that our grandfather was seriously ill and that he wasn't expected to survive. In January 1940, we got our passport and boarded the ship La Plata Maru on our journeys to Japan. Although not apparent in this picture, my mother was 8 months pregnant with my younger brother Albert. By mid-March, grandfather's health had improved significantly, and we were having wonderful time enjoying reunions and picnics. My Uncle Kenso is shown off an empty sake bottle next to grandmother carrying Albert wrapped on her back. Because of a business problem, our parents had to return to Los Angeles, leaving Kenny and me and care of our grandparents. In June, our parents, with Albert, returned to Los Angeles with the intent of coming back for us in a short time frame. However, on December 7, 1941, our lives on both sides of the Pacific were forever changed. 3 months later, on February 12, 1942, President Roosevelt signed the Executive Order 9066, which approved the lives of 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry, many of whom were American citizens, and sent to one of 10 concentration camps scattered across the western states. Our family was sent to Poston, Arizona, where they were imprisoned for the duration of the war. Fast forwarding to August 6, 1945. At 8:15 a.m., the bomb detonated. I didn't see the flash, nor did I hear the boom. Upon gaining consciousness, I found myself buried under a significant number of debris, surrounded by smell of smoke. I managed to dig myself out from the rubble with no serious injuries. Kenny, who had suffered a minor radiation burn on his forehead, escaped any major harm. Grandmother was not so fortunate. She was trapped under a collapsed kitchen, her body pierced by dozens of glass shards from a shattered window. Grandfather, aided by some men, were working to free her from the rubble. Though she was bleeding pretty badly, none of her injuries proved to be fatal. While grandfather and some men formed a fire brigade to put out the fire, he instructed us to escape the burning area and head towards the mountain to the west. As we approached the main road, our first encounter with a mass of survivors streaming from the burning city looked like a parade of zombies with tremendous injuries. Many had burns so severe that their skins were dripping from their bodies. Some had broken limbs with bones exposed. Some with open wounds, struggling to contain protruding intestines. We saw many people collapse and pleading for water, while others had already died, lining the roadside and filling the riverbanks with bodies. Upon reaching the foothill of the mountain, we continued northward through the farmland. We walked for what appeared to be like about an hour until we reached a functional train station where we boarded a train to safety. We arrived at the town of Kabe, located about 10 kilometers from the hypocenter, where we took refuge with our relatives. Within a few weeks after the bombing of Hiroshima, some key events took place. On August 9th, 3 days later, the second atomic bomb was dropped on the city of Nagasaki. 6 days after that, on August 15, Japan surrendered. I don't recall the exact timing of our return to our home in Yokogawa. It was probably late August or early September. This 360-degree panoramic photo taken by the Army Corps of Engineering near the hypocenter shows the extent of the devastation. Everything was gone. Nothing was standing, with the only remaining items were tree trunks and non-combustible items. Although many of the bodies were already gathered and being cremated by volunteers, some charred and decomposing bodies still remain under the rubble and floating in the river, where you can see some large fish with burns on their back, soon to die. The stench of cremation was ever present, 24 hours a day. Upon returning to Yokogawa, where our home once stood, our first refuge was an underground air raid shelter, which is the only thing that survived the devastation. In that week that follows, aided by fellow survivors, we pieced together a makeshift shelter above the ground, utilizing whatever material we could find, as shown in the background of this photograph. I'm the guy on the right with Kenny and grandfather. During this trying time, we all struggled with severe dysentery, fever, hair loss, testament to the harsh reality of nuclear aftermath. We were very fortunate, however, in that all four of us had survived. However, my maternal grandparents were not so lucky. Residing 3.5 kilometers from the hypocenter, they ventured into the city early in the morning to sell their produce. Tragically, our grandmother was killed and her body never recovered. Grandfather, gravely injured, searched desperately for her, but to no avail. He managed to find his way home only to die from his injuries a month later. My uncle was severely burned on both of his legs, but after years of treatment, he eventually recovered from his injuries. At the end of World War II, our parents were released from Poston, Arizona concentration camp and returned to Los Angeles with very little money to start their new life. It wasn't until 1948 that they had saved enough money to send for us and bring us back. Separated from our parents at a very young age, we were devastated when we were told that we had to leave grandmother and return to parents with whom we had no memory of. We raised holy hell. Despite our protests, we were put on the ship bound for San Francisco. It was kind of an awkward moment when our parents met us there. It's like a couple of strangers crying and hugging us. It was very awkward indeed. It took over 10 years before I got over frequent nightmares and eating disorder. I couldn't eat anything with red tinge, which reminded me of the gore that I had witnessed. Since the dropping of the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, scientists had over 80 years to refine and improve the very primitive bombs they were used in. Today, some of these bombs are 10 to 100 times more powerful than those that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now, a single missile can carry several of them to any city on Earth. On pretext of building them for deterrent purposes, the world has amassed over 13,000 atomic bombs, enough to destroy the world several times over. The United States and Russia each have over 5,000. China is planning to increase their arsenal to over 1,000 by the end of this decade. North Korea is aggressively increasing their arsenal, as well as improving their missile deployment capability. A recent flare-up between India and Pakistan was a concern which could have led to a war between the two countries, both with nuclear capabilities. The status of nuclear weapon development in Iran is unclear after the bombing of their facility and killing of their nuclear scientists. However, it appears that they still have hopes of being a nuclear power. Another more than 500 nuclear weapons are held in the hands of our allies, United Kingdom, France, and Israel. I'm sharing my story with you, as many Hibakusha have done before me, to describe the terror, misery, and death that we have witnessed. Long as these weapons exist, the danger of their use is ever present. At the conclusion of World War II, Sir Winston Churchill stated that those that fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. So let's learn from the devastations of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and embrace our shared responsibility to stop the proliferation of nuclear weapons and eliminate nuclear conflict altogether. Let's build a future where the threat of nuclear war is absent. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Howard-san. ありがとうございます for your presentation. So it is important to learn from history, but it seems humans are very forgettable. So I hope your presentation reminds them of what we experienced and what action we need to take. So you are 7 years old at the time and witness horror, then physical and mental impact you still are suffering. So I hope people should know what that and prevent to repeat such a horror things. So it was 7 years old. It was so young when you were at the time. So it's I hope people who watch your presentation around the same age and what they experience at that young age. So lately you have done some presentation of different locations, different audiences, and you did one time at the UCLA where you graduated. So what was the experience you had?
Yeah, I should say it. I was pretty young when everything occurred, when the bombing occurred. However, I think I was fortunate that I was so young in that I'm one of the only few people that maybe is able to still talk about it. I have outgrown the horror that I had witnessed. It took me maybe 10 years before I got over the nightmares and some eating disorder associated with the gore that I have witnessed. So I present these type of experience to the various audiences, and I'm gratified that many young people taking interest in what I have to say. Although I, as well as many other hibakusha before me, have been speaking about the stopping of proliferation of nuclear weapon, unfortunately, it has not stopped. Matter of fact, it's growing even today. I hope that all of the young people will join me, have a shared responsibility, and work towards the stopping of the proliferation and also stopping nuclear warfare altogether, as I mentioned in my concluding remarks. Now, the hibakusha, I'm now 87 years old. That happens to be the average age of living hibakusha today. In another few years, maybe 10 years or more, there may not be any of us left. So it's up to the young people to carry the torch and participate in stopping of nuclear warfare. As a hibakusha, our fondest hope is that no one else in the future generation will be ever designated as a hibakusha again. There is some stigma associated with it, although I have no ill feeling towards that name, but some people carry that as a burden. But as such, the young people in the future should understand the trauma experienced by the hibakusha living today and work towards stopping and work making sure that no one else will ever be called hibakusha again in the future.
Yeah, I really agree. So no more war, no more atomic bomb, no more hibakusha. Hibakusha is atomic bomb survivor in Japanese. So yeah, the young people is, who are watching right now, you are the one who carry the torch. So then please think about that and remind that yourself. And then I hope we're gonna have the in-person event next year to pass the torch from you and the other hibakusha, and to share the experience, story, and prevent this horror in the future. So thank you,
Yeah,
Howard. Go ahead.
oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have made presentation to a number of young people, schools and universities, and it's really gratifying to see their interest in this topic. Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to
That's okay.
interject that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay. So then, yeah, thank you for taking your time. And then you are going to fishing trip again soon. So then I'm glad you are genki to catch a big tuna.
I hope so.
So keep doing, and then hope see you in person sometime near future. Thank you. ありがとうございました。
Has been my pleasure. Thank you.
In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 150,000 people were killed in the initial attack. By the end of the year, thousands more had died from the bomb's effects, including American, Australian, Dutch, Chinese, Koreans, and people of other nationalities. Even those who survived suffered greatly from health issues caused by radiation and passing on genetic damage to the next generation. As Howard-san say, he had a really bad health issues about 10 years, and he is still suffering. So we don't know exact number, but let's say 200,000 people died by the end of 1945, which is almost same population of Salt Lake City, Utah. So what if the all people in Salt Lake City died at the end of this year? That is what Hiroshima and Nagasaki experienced. This is the city of Hiroshima now. So people say no plants will grow there for the next 75 years. But 80 years later, there are beautiful green plants growing everywhere. I took this picture, I think it's about 5 or 6 years ago before the COVID. So they already had the greens a lot. So it appears that Hiroshima recovered, but this is only a surface appearance because they are still suffering. So Nagasaki is the same. I asked some of my friends who are parents and or teachers to talk about this memorial ceremony and get their children to participate. I ask this because I want the younger generation to know what happened in the past to prevent repeating this tragedy. But the friend's answer was, "Oh, the kids are on summer vacation." My response was, they can enjoy summer vacation because of peace. 80 years ago, children in Hiroshima and Nagasaki did not have summer vacation. They had to work. Then most of them died during the bombing. Even for those who survived, there was no summer vacation because they are fighting for their lives. Present day, children in Hiroshima and Nagasaki attend school for the ceremony even though it is in the middle of summer vacation, to remember those who lost their lives in the war, so they will be motivated to prevent a repeat of that war. Our next live stream is on August 8th, 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time. We will hold a silent prayer with bells for peace. Like we did today, I will ring the Kagura bell at the time bomb dropped to Nagasaki. We hope you can join us with your family and friends to pray peace together. If you are not online at the time, please set a timer on your alarm and take a moment to pray for peace, especially with young people. So we noticed that we missed one slide beginning of this live stream. So we would like to show that the slide. It is a list of our super volunteers around the world. So we have so many names on the screen you can see, but as you can see many people, but they have a limited time to help us. So we need more support, and we need more like a staying volunteer. So not like do just one time, then leave. Not like that, please stay. And then more people would be great because we can have like a small amount task for each person. If we don't have many people, the one person has a lot of task, then they overwhelm, then they cannot handle anymore. So I hope you guys can understand. And then we again to give them a Bruce Hakushu. Thank you for helping us, volunteers. Thank you. So these people helping this live stream and Shrine Office. So, and then Sora is live stream operating today as well, so remotely. So it's really helpful for us. So this is a conclusion of the closing talk for and the ceremony of 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭平和祈願祭 Peace Prayer, the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombs. For the ending of this stream, we introduce a song which made by the elementary school students in Hiroshima and Nagasaki together to wish the world peace. They sang this song together in front of Sanno Jinja in Nagasaki, where the famous half remains of the torii gate from atomic bomb, and where they have saved the hibaku tree that survived the atomic bomb. So please stay safe and be well and peace. May the 神様 be with you. ありがとうございました。
青い空は伝えてといた自由と勇気と希望白い雲は伝えてといた何にも染まらぬ綺麗な心虹色の木は伝えてくれたたくましく力強く生きること白い鳥を伝えてくれた原爆と戦争の虚しさを私たちは伝えてく平和は作るものだから私たちは伝えてく平和は手で掴むものだから平和な空を広げよう世界は空でつながっている青い空を広げよう美しい地球の未来をみんなで作ろう黒い空は奪っていた家族と笑顔と夢を黒い雲は奪っていた活気のあったその素敵な街をでも虹色の木は伝えてくれた傷ついても立ち上がることを白い鳥は教えてくれた助け合い思いやる心私たちは伝えてく平和は作るものだから私たちは伝えてく平和はみんなでつなげるものだから平和な空を 界は空でつながっている。青い空を広げ